Did you know Ethiopia's Bible has over 80 books, while most Bibles in the world have just 66? The Ethiopian Bible, or Ethiopic Bible, is not just unique, it's ancient. But here's the kicker. This sacred text, revered for centuries, has faced censorship and even been outright banned in certain parts of the world. Why would a religious text, one that predates most versions we know today, be seen as dangerous? Is there something hidden in its pages that challenges the accepted religious narrative? Today we're digging deeper into the lesser-known reasons behind why the Ethiopian Bible was banned. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church holds one of the oldest Christian traditions in the world, and their Bible reflects that ancient heritage. It's not just another version of the Holy Scriptures. It includes a whole lot more, like the Book of Enoch and Jubilees, which are absent from most modern Bibles. The Ethiopic Bible is written in Ge'ez, an ancient Semitic language, and has been in circulation for over 1,500 years. It's fascinating to think that many of its texts are older than even the Roman Catholic canon. You see, the Ethiopian Bible is not just longer. It tells stories and delivers messages that don't exactly align with what the mainstream Christian churches were promoting. In fact, some believe the Bible's extra books contain secrets that might have disrupted religious or even political authority. Could these differences be what made it so controversial? Or is there more to the story? Now here's where things start to get a little messy. The censorship of Ethiopia's Bible didn't happen because of one single reason. It was the result of a complex web of politics, religion, and power. During the colonial era, as European powers expanded their influence in Africa, they often imposed Western Christianity on indigenous populations. The Ethiopian Bible, with its distinctly non-European traditions and teachings, stood in stark contrast to the new religious order being pushed by missionaries. For many European powers, the Bible wasn't just a spiritual guide, it was also a tool of control. And the Ethiopian Bible? Well, it was seen as a threat to that control. It didn't fit into the narrative they were trying to spread, and in some regions, it was outright banned. The fear was that its unique teachings could inspire resistance to colonial rule or disrupt the westernized version of Christianity they were trying to impose. But that's not all. The Ethiopian Bible also includes texts that were deemed apocryphal by the Roman Catholic Church. Think about it. Books like the Book of Enoch contain passages about angels, visions, and end times that didn't exactly mesh with the more, shall we say, controlled Roman canon. These alternative stories? Well, they were a bit too radical for European colonizers and religious authorities alike. So, what do you do when something doesn't fit your agenda? You suppress it. And that's precisely what happened in many parts of Africa. But it wasn't just colonialism at play. Even within Christianity, there were some major doctrinal differences that put the Ethiopian Bible at odds with other versions. One of the most controversial aspects? The Ethiopian Bible places a significant emphasis on the role of Mary, the mother of Jesus, which diverged from certain Protestant views. For many Protestant reformers, who were already challenging the Catholic Church's emphasis on saints, Mary's prominence in the Ethiopian Bible posed a significant theological issue. Protestant missionaries, particularly those who arrived in Ethiopia during the 19th century, saw this emphasis on Mary and other extra-biblical figures as a challenge to their more stripped-down interpretation of Christianity. To them, the Ethiopian Bible wasn't just different. It was a threat to their idea of religious purity. You see, Ethiopia's ancient Christian tradition claimed direct connections to the earliest days of the faith, before the Roman Church or Protestant reformers even existed. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Ethiopia refused to bow to these external pressures. Unlike many other African nations that were colonized and had their religious practices altered, Ethiopia stood firm. Their Bible, their traditions, they kept it all. The Ethiopian Church continued to celebrate its unique scriptures, even as Western powers and religious groups attempted to suppress or discredit them. For a long time, Ethiopia was one of the few places in Africa that successfully resisted colonial rule. And their Bible? It became a symbol of that resistance. It was a symbol of their identity, their history, and their resistance to oppression. So what about today? You might think surely in the modern world the Ethiopian Bible would be free from controversy. But even today, this ancient text raises eyebrows. Some scholars and religious leaders still debate its legitimacy, and in certain countries it remains on the fringes of accepted Christian doctrine. In places where Western Christianity dominates, the Ethiopian Bible is often viewed with suspicion. Its extra books, its different canon, it's seen as too out there, too unorthodox. And in some communities it's still considered dangerous because of its potential to disrupt traditional teachings. But here's the thing. For Ethiopians and many others who follow their tradition, the Bible is not just a religious text, it's a living document. One that connects them to their ancient past, their culture, and their identity. And in a world where so much history has been erased or rewritten, that's something worth holding on to. So why was the Ethiopian Bible banned? Was it because of its content, its challenge to authority, or its power as a symbol of resistance? In truth, it's a little bit of everything. For centuries, this ancient text has represented something bigger than just religion. It's a symbol of Ethiopia's spiritual and cultural independence. It's a testament to the fact that, even in the face of censorship and suppression, some truths cannot be erased. But now, the question is for you. What other ancient texts have been hidden or banned over the centuries, and what secrets might they hold? Could it be that the Ethiopian Bible is just one piece of a much larger puzzle? Think about it. What other truths are still out there, waiting to be uncovered? Now, here's something to think about. If a religious text can shake up the world's power dynamics this much, what other historical mysteries might be out there, just waiting to be discovered? Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and let me know what other ancient mysteries you'd like to see explored.